As U.S. military buildup continues, Iran's Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps has announced two-day live-fire drills in the Strait of Hormuz beginning today. The exercise, however, has prompted the U.S. Central Command to issue a stern warning to Iran, asking them to avoid any unsafe actions. The Iranian state media on Thursday had announced these drills that would see participation from IRGC naval forces. It also reported that the exercise would be carried out in the Strait of Hormuz, a strategic waterway and a choke point, accounting for 20% of the world's oil supply. And in a long post on X, the U.S. Central Command urged the IRGC to conduct the announced naval exercises in a manner that is safe, professional, and avoids unnecessary risk to international maritime traffic. The CENTCOM went on to say that it will ensure the safety of U.S. personnel, ships, and aircraft operating in the region. The post further highlighted a range of actions that the U.S. would consider hostile, including overflight of U.S. military vessels engaged in flight operations, low-altitude or armed overflight of U.S. military assets, high-speed boat approaches on a collision course with U.S. ships, or weapons trained at the U.S. forces. Now, the U.S. has assembled its popular armada near the waters of Iran. It is led by a nuclear-powered aircraft carrier, USS Abraham Lincoln, which is flanked by 3 naval destroyers. Washington has also rushed in fighter jets and heavy bombers in regional bases. Additionally, it has docked its Navy destroyer in Port of Eilat, Israel's only commercial gateway to the Red Sea. U.S. President Donald Trump has indicated that Iran would seek to negotiate a deal rather than face American military action. Speaking to reporters, Trump said that Iran's decision to halt the executions of protesters was an evidence that the country was willing to negotiate. Listen to this.
They were going to hang 837 people, and I told them, if you do it, you're going to pay a price like nobody's ever paid before. They pulled back. I appreciated that. But a lot of people are being killed, so we'll see what happens. I can say this, they do want to make a deal.
Trump also accepted that he has given Iran a deadline to talk about its nuclear and missile programs, but refused to say what it was, and he touted the U.S. military action in Venezuela, and at the same time warned of same reciprocity from U.S. armada floating nearby Iran.
Mr. President.
We have a large armada, flotilla, you can call it whatever you want, heading toward Iran right now, even larger than what we had in Venezuela. It's still in front of, we're now sending actually a larger number of ships to Iran, and hopefully we'll make a deal. If we do make a deal, that's good. If we don't make a deal, we'll see what happens.
On the other hand, Iran has increased the activity at 2 of its nuclear sites, which were bombed in a joint operation by Israel and the United States. According to the Associated Press, the latest satellite images obtained by Planet Labs showed damaged buildings at Isfahan and Natanz nuclear facilities, covered in newly constructed roofs. These coverings are meant to obscure the satellites from observing what's happening on the ground. This is significant, as Iran is no longer allowing the access to these sites to the International Atomic Agency.